know how I got drafted? Because the executive said that, hey, if you'd have put your same name as your brother, we'd have drafted you early second round. I said, what? He said, yeah, we thought you was in the draft. They were looking for my name, and I wasn't in the draft because I didn't know. I didn't. People know this, but we was just, it was just, if you guys watch our movie, like it was more like just we were all on this, for Giannis. And then and you're younger, I don't know if you remember. And then I was like, okay, Giannis get drafted, and that summer when Giannis got drafted, he's in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I was like, I'm gonna come find you in the U.S. He was like, yeah, how can we do this? And I was like, don't worry about it, I got you. Just keep working. Stay in Milwaukee, keep working. And I remember I talked to my agent, people, and I was like, I want to send some tapes. It's like, Thanasis, I don't know. Does that work? How does that work? I don't think you can send some tapes to the NBA. I was like, okay, I want to go to the G League then. And I send my tapes. I go to the G League. I send my tapes and I go back to my former team. We're Division 2. We're still Division 2, by the way. Giannis gets drafted. We're still in Division 2, second division. And we're playing, and, I put my name in the draft. And, everybody was like, I don't want to say names, but people were like, why? Why would you put your name in? Why would you be in the draft? What's his name? Giannis is going to be back in 1 year. He's not ready for the NBA. Why would you want to go to the NBA? He's going to be back here. Like, don't put your name in the draft and all these things. And I said, no, I'm doing it my way. To get the story now, I'm doing it my way. And I put the tapes in. I ended up getting drafted the first round of the G League draft.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Get drafted the first round of the G League draft to the 76ers affiliated team. So, you know the time difference, right? So around 2:00, I get a phone call from my agent. He goes like, Thanasis, you just got picked. You're going to the States. Unbelievable. They want you right away. I'm like, what? I'm going to the G League? And I'll tell my coach everything. Like, but why? Like, you got a good thing coming here. We can go to Division 1 next year. Like, you got a thing. You can have a great European career. I said, I know, but my brother's alone out there. And I told him, I'm coming. I'm coming find you. And after all this happened, I ended up going to Delaware, Delaware 87ers back then. And then, I was like off tapes. I sent my tapes in. I put out my tapes. And and then that same year, I ended up being the first guy. You know how you guys have like, I think they have like the G League Ignite, that they have players who get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Me, and you can look this up, it's a fact. Me and another guy, I think his name is PJ Hurston from North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina, by the way. PJ, were the first players to ever get drafted in the NBA from the G League.
That's insane.
Ever. And now, and then they started this.
Obviously they have the G League Ignite
and these things. So, yeah, I get drafted to New York, and when people went crazy back home, you remember this? They were like, Giannis, Thanasis with the Knicks. It was insane back home. Like, whoa, this guy literally put in the work by himself and put in tapes, and he ended up getting drafted with the Knicks. And this like, and it goes on. And there's another story about how I got drafted by the Knicks. It was my first workout. Went there. It was like, it was. I remember it was. You know how you do NBA workouts and you go there and it's like all threes, like all 3-mans, all small forwards.
Yeah.
They do like a 6-man. So it was.
They split up the positions.
Yeah,
stuff
but it wasn't like how now it is. Like now you just do 30 minutes, 40 minutes of workout and you're good to go. They tell you right now they're gonna draft you. It was 2 hours. It used to be 2-3 hours. It used to like exhaust you and then give you the ball and say like, go now go. So it used to be. And then I went to New York, which was my first draft workout. And after that workout, I called him, I said, man, I'm going to New York. He was like, why? I said, you should have saw me. I went for every steal. I dove like 20 times on the floor. I got every rebound. I dunked the ball like 5 times. I was going through everybody, physically, mentally, everything. This guy was trying to get open for like 3 minutes straight. 3 minutes straight trying to get wide open. Couldn't get wide open. On a 1-on-1 drill. And, Phil Jackson was there, which is, another story. But he was there. And you know what he told me? That's why I knew I was going to get drafted by New York. He said, you look like two of the players I've ever had. You look like Trevor Ariza and Dennis Rodman that I had. And I was like, oh, I'm going to New York. I was like, I'm going to New York. And he was like, I don't know. They have late first round, whatever. And that's how I ended up in New York. And the rest is for another time, so I don't bore you. But it's true. It's not. Don't let nobody tell you it's one way or the another. Put in the work.
For sure.
Everybody sees now. Everybody sees like, oh, okay, they won a championship, or now what you're doing now. They don't know the journey. The journey is not easy, unless you say something, and then they understand like, oh man, that's why he's like this. That's why they're like this, because it's part of us now. Yeah, you know. Sorry, I literally made this podcast about me. Unbelievable. No, just for you, because you know we kind of. You know, I just feel like instead of having this conversation at home, we get to have this conversation
in front of them, and they get to see the different perspectives.
Yeah, put in the work, you know.